Before we get to Scott with the details on the forecast, today's storms are keeping crews with road commissions and utility companies very busy.
Especially with power outages and damage still lingering from Sunday's tornadoes and windstorms.
David Horak joining us from downtown Grand Rapids with how road crews are monitoring the calls on their end. David?
Yes, Sue and George, Kent County Road Commission's maintenance director told me that they prioritize calls based on safety risks and traffic impact. Now, he added that most of the storm damaged roads from Sunday are now passable or at least have detours, but they still need to be cleaned up entirely. And he's said further that today's storms could cause some delays to that.
So we're asking for some patience for those property owners that may have some stacks of wood or brush in their front yard. We will get back to it. It's okay to give us a call and remind us it's there, but that list could take months after before we get back out there to kind of finish that up.
And also, in the meantime, if you're heading out on the roads at any point whatsoever during these storms, if your wipers are on, turn on your headlights too. Drive slowly, especially around emergency and utility crews. By the way, as well as avoid any roads that have any standing water whatsoever, and check the forecast. Before we do that, we are live in downtown Grand Rapids. David Horak, News 8.
All right, thank you, David. Here's a look across West Michigan this afternoon. The rain continues to pour. That severe risk chance includes high winds and possible tornadoes.
And we just received confirmation that we are up to 9 tornadoes from the last storm system. And meteorologist Scott Larson tracking today's conditions. What are you seeing so far, Scott?
Well, so far we've had a very active start to our day out there, George and Sue, especially for northern communities. They received some snow this morning. And as we look at the current radar picture, you can still see that we have some scattered showers and storms plugging through West Michigan at this time. Focusing north first, you can see that we have some ongoing snow toward Big Rapids. That's where we had a winter weather advisory active for earlier on this morning. That has since expired now, and it looks like road conditions should be gradually improving through this afternoon as temperatures climb. Here around Grand Rapids, you can see that we have a pretty messy picture on radar. Still some scattered showers, a few rumbles of thunder out there as well. The strongest storm right now is positioned in eastern parts of Berry County, just east of Hastings. There was a special weather statement with this as this band of storms rolled onshore from Lake Michigan about an hour ago with the threat of seeing some 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Since then, the storm has started to dissipate some, but again, that's the strongest storm at this moment. Further to the southwest, you can also see Dowagiac, Pokagon, also Benton Harbor receiving some rain. Keeping an eye on this cluster of storms also over Lake Michigan right now as that continues to be swept toward Benton Harbor in Berrien County. Let's get a look at the overall setup here. We have a warm front to our south. As that lifts to the north, temperatures should be rising quickly into the 60s as we get into this evening, and that is going to provide the fuel for some more rounds of showers and thunderstorms continuing through today. You can see that we do still have an enhanced risk of severe weather, especially for points south of Grand Rapids and I-96. Damaging winds, the greatest threat with any storms that develop later on. We'll take a closer look at Futurecast and how the situation evolves coming up.